Most of the theorists of Hungarian tourism attempted to situate the Hungarian identity as an Asiatic one instead of a European one. A lot of these guys concocted wild origin stories connecting Hungarians to Tibet, the Japanese, Sumerians, some Native Americans, and way more. But one guy was a bit of a black sheep among them, not because he was pushing for mainstream narratives around the Hungarian language or people, but because while the other guys were trying to trace the Hungarian origin story to some far-off place, Adorján Magyar was trying to say that they were in Hungary the whole time. Adorján Magyar, whose name incredibly translates to Adrian the Hungarian, eventually went so far as to say the Hungarian people, and in fact all of humanity, came from the Pannonian Basin, the area where Hungary is located today. Adorján Magyar lived much of his life running a hotel in Montenegro, and he was regarded at the time as a fairly talented drawer and artist. You know what? I could definitely see him making decent money selling this stuff outside of a music festival today. But he was also a total artistic chauvinist, claiming that the French, Germans, and Italians did not have a national style that they shared in Renaissance or Baroque or Gothic styles, but it was the Hungarians who had a true national style all of their own. He was also, for a time at least, a member of the Turanian monotheist cult that I've covered in a previous video. He wrote for their and other Turanist publications, and actually if you browse through some of them, you'll find advertisements for his hotel, advertising things like, "There's no mosquitoes," or "There's no cooking with olive oil," which I guess is something that they didn't want. Those relationships wouldn't last long, though. After World War II, he eventually grew to despise all of the other Turanists. He claimed that their Asianizing and nomadizing was a conspiracy caused by the Austrians, Jews, and especially the explorer and linguistic theorist Armin van Buuren, and Asiatic Russian communists. All conspired to deny that Hungarians were truly and deeply permanently rooted in Hungary. Adorján Magyar is such a great example to me about how even if you strongly disagree with and virulently hate all those other guys who are wrong and miserable, you should always take a second to take a step back, look at yourself, and ask, am I wrong and miserable too?